Hello my fellow diamond friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kalikaloo on the internet and I also go by the name of Kali. I'm happy that you found your way to today's video. It's actually the fourth part already of our September launch. So this means that in today's project we will just do another part, and my tiny wheel decided for me to do this one. So this one is the 27th part. We are at the very bottom of the canvas and you can see that this one is a bigger part. So let's get right into it. I will see how I can cut this because I don't have my X-Acto knife with me. So I will just do my best here and cut it like this. I should probably get an X-Acto knife though, because I also have to take care of the rivers that are there probably. So let me just cut this open and I'm going to look for an X-Acto knife. So I hope you've been doing all right so far and that you are still around for this project makes me really happy, because it's the first time I do such a project and I'm very happy to be able to share it with you guys on the internet. So let's take a look at this. We have a big river here I have to take care of. So I'm gonna stop the video, I'm gonna get an X-Acto knife and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so let's get into this. I just cut the river open and I tried my best to fix it. I don't have my light pad here because you know that I told you setup is a little bit different. This is due to the fact that I was just done staying at my place because they were working and hammering and drilling and continuing their work, which I totally get. They want to be done as well, but I just couldn't take it any longer because my poor ears and everything, I just could not take it anymore. So I'm back from another place. I'm actually currently staying, well, I'm not staying. I just went to my mom's place to film today's video, because I told her that it's just not possible, and she was just like, oh, but you can come by, you can just work from here, just do it from here. And I was like, okay, thank you. So this is what I'm actually doing. I just went to my mom's place, and since I have to take care of the cows anyway, so this just is what I'm doing. I just switched houses pretty quickly for this project. So yeah, I'm ready and let's start today's journey. I'm not sure what it will be like. I think it will be some kind of whip and sip and chat and whip along mixture, because I'll do my best to tell you stories. I will do my best to talk to you guys. I know it's not always easy, so you know it. So please be understanding if I just can't talk for like super long, but I'll do my best. What I'll be doing is today I'll be working on this big section. At the same time, like I told you guys, I went to my mom's place, so mostly I take care of her house while she's gone for quite a time, not that long, but she will be back soon. So I just take care of everything, make sure that everything is fine. I will water the plants and so on. That's my job at the moment. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I hope you and your project is doing well. So I hope that maybe you got some chance and you could work alongside me, at least some videos, and you got a little bit done on your own project. So I don't know if some of you are participating in any events that are currently in our diamond painting community. So you have the Season of the Witch, like I told you guys about. It's hosted by Emeralds and Fairy Lights. I don't know I know it has to be a witch, and I also know that it has to be legally licensed for you to be able to participate in that event. So I can't tell you a bit more because I actually can't participate with this picture here. So I did not check out more about this event. So I just I know that it is going to happen, but don't ask me for more details. I don't know more about it. So you have to go to the Lindsay's Emeralds and Fairy Lights page, and there you find all the information. And you have also the Drill and Chill, which is hosted by Diamonds and Washi, and which is actually a very cute event because you have a lot of different possibilities to enter with. Just has to do with Halloween, I think, as far as I know. So I'm going to work on these fours here. Once I'm done with the fours, I'm going to pour my tea because I just put it on, but I have forgotten to pour it actually out. So I'm just finishing up these little fours, and then I will be back with some tea, I guess, because it's very important while you work to stay hydrated. Drink a lot, especially if it's hot outside, but even if it's not hot outside, it's always important to drink and stay hydrated, of course. So I think I got them all this time. Like, you know, there are always some I miss, but hey, we will go back and get them then. But so I'm gonna pause it again. I'll be back in an instant with my tea. It's actually so weird being back here because like even now when I poured my tea, I just noticed that I have some habits since I moved out from here, and it's just different because I like to drink my tea with a straw, like these metallic straws, because I know the plastic ones are not good. We need to save the lives of the sea animals, and also no plastic straws. But I have like these metallic straws that I can put in my cleaner, my dishwasher, or I can just clean them with the hand. So that's something. And the other thing is, since I'm a big tea drinker, I don't drink any coffee. I actually have a ton of different teas at home, even if I always drink the same one. But I have a ton of different tea I can choose from. My mom always has like only these planty teas, like vervain, or I don't know, all these chamomile tea and everything, chamomile, and so very healthy things. But I don't know, I prefer like let me just curl it around. And I thought I mistake again the two symbols there. So I prefer having black tea or white tea or green tea, but that's something that she does not have as much of here. Well, she had it when I was still living with her, but now that I moved out a year ago, she just gave me everything with me when I moved out. So actually her stock is pretty small, and there's not as much variety as I'm used to. So it's funny if you come back home and you just notice all these little different things. It's really funny. I don't know if you have moved out or if you just get this feeling sometimes. I think it's funny. You just remember things, and it takes you back in time a little bit as well. So yeah, what can I tell you today? So like I told you, I'm at my mom's place. She does live pretty close, so to my own place. We all live very close. The whole family. What am I doing? The whole family lives pretty close, which can be a good thing. Can be sometimes a little bit annoying as well, because everyone is so close. You always know where someone is, what someone is up to, and so on. So it's not that like with my grandpa, where we literally live next door, but she's still very, very close. So yeah. I don't even know when I moved out. I was looking for a place for more or less a year, because when I was searching for a home, I was like, I had this idea in my head where I wanted to live and what my house should look like, how it should be. And I knew that if I really wanted that without lowering my standards or just giving up on some things that I really wanted, I had to be patient. And so I kept looking for not really over a year, but I would say, yeah, a year I was looking for a home, a place, actively looking maybe like 3/4 of a year for a place that suited me. And when I finally found my home, it was exactly what I wanted. And I really got a chance that I could get it, because I don't know, in Luxembourg it's different from, well, I have a friend that lives in the States, and while I was looking for my home, she was also looking for a home because she had an apartment earlier where she lived in, and she wanted to change, she wanted to get her own house. So we were looking for houses more or less at the same time, and I learned a bit about how it works at her place and how real estate thingies work here. And it's very, very different, I feel like. Actually, when I was looking for my home, so we have different ways of looking. You can look for yourself, or you can ask an agency to just look for you, and they will give you, well, they will contact you if you find something. They ask you for your criteria, and if something should pop up, they will call you or they will text you or whatever. So I was mainly doing the search by myself. I had some agencies that they contacted me because they knew that I was looking for a home, and then I told them my criteria, but somehow it never worked out, or the things that they showed me did not exactly fit what I was looking for. So what was I actually looking for? I was looking for a house that was in the same village that I grew up, so like where I'm actually living now. In the same village. And what I wanted to live like close to where my grandpa lives, because he lives next to the forest, and I thought with the dog and everything it would be pretty nice. It's one of the best actually areas of the city as well, because you have many families who live there. It's a calm area. You have mainly elderly people who live there, or like I told you, families with their kids, and it's not a dangerous place at all. You see, the houses are all are renovated, and they take care of everything, and it's really a good place to live. If you live there, you know that you will be safe, there will be no problems. Usually you have a good neighborhood, and very respectful as well. And so I was looking for, they were like more or less, they were like, oh no, they were like, I did a mess. Just give me a second here. They were like, I would say 4 roads, so 4 streets that I really wanted or could imagine living in. That's actually not that many, considering that here everything is small. It's not like in the big cities. I don't know where you grew up, but it's one of the biggest cities of the country where I live in, but it's small compared to like any other country. It's really small. It's big and it's small at the same time. I don't know how to describe it. So anyway, there were like 4 streets that I think I would really like to live in. That was something I told you with the criteria. I had my standards. I did not want to lower it. I could have lowered it a little bit by going in one of the side streets, but I had my clear idea where I wanted to live, which streets I wanted to buy a house in. So it was not that big of a choice that left me by saying I want to live in one of these streets. It was very clear criteria, because all these streets were lying around the park, like the forest. So for me, it was clear that I wanted to go there. We have another forest. We have many different forests here. Where my mom lives, there's also a forest, but it's not the same one. So I really preferred this one because it's more the one where my mom lives. I just took my friend there the other day, and the one where my mom is, it's just like savage nature. It's wild nature. You have like, they don't really do much about this forest. It's growing like it wants to grow. The trees grow like they want to grow. The other one is more like a forest where you could walk your city dog, and like there are trees, and they just renovate things, like there are benches and stuff, like there's a paved way for you to walk on. And so I wanted to go there because I know that there are always a lot of people. It's nature, but it's not as savage nature, wildlife as it's here. Well, I say wildlife, you know, we don't have wolves or anything here. We have just like foxes and stuff. But yeah, I always knew that I wanted to live next to that place where I grew up as a kid. Like I told you in a previous video, actually, I grew up next to that forest because I grew up at my grandpa's and grandma's place. So as kids, we would often go for a walk in that forest, particular forest. So maybe that's the reason why I wanted to go there. I don't know if it's linked to the good memories I had as a child. But yeah, so I always was eyeing like these places around there, like next to that forest, in these pretty streets with the pretty houses and stuff. And there are always there are different kind of houses in these streets. Most of them are older because you have to know that they have over 100 years, most of the houses, because they were houses that were built like when a lot of people moved to Luxembourg after World War One, because we had a lot of industry here. We had mines where we could get some minerals out of, and so we had a great production here and industrialization. And there were many people who came actually from other countries, mainly from, at the beginning, mainly from Portugal and Italy, and later on also from Poland and so on. My grandpa is actually from Poland, his family. So there were many people who came to Luxembourg for this reason. And at that time around, there were many houses that were constructed. And the houses that are in that street, these are not really, well, some kind of worker houses for the people who were working there. But there were also other types of houses as well. And these are houses that appeared at that time around. I'm a mess today, sorry. And yeah, so they have a different style of, it's a different style of housing. You have like the very square type of houses, like they look like squares, sorry. And you have like usually a rez-de-chaussée, so a ground floor, and you have one floor above that, so you have a second floor. It's different in Luxembourg because I know how some people start counting at 1 for the ground zero, and then you have like other people who start counting at the first floor. So anyway, the house has like a basement sometimes for your garage and stuff, and then you have a first floor, and that is it mostly for these houses. These are the like more square type of houses. They look like squares actually, and they all have gardens as well. A few of them have garages. They did afterwards because the houses did come without them. They had sometimes cellar or basement for stuff, but usually there were not that many places for cars. So you find most of these houses don't have garages. Afterwards, you have the second type of houses, and they are a little bit higher, and they have more like I would say an American style, and that's the kind of house that I actually wanted. Because you know, in many American films, I don't have like there's one example I have in mind, but it's like, I don't know if you have seen the series like Pretty Little Liars, but there is like this one girl she's, I don't know where she's from again. Anyway, she's a swimmer, and Emily, she's called, and she's living in that house, and she has like these windows with these benches underneath. So these are round windows. You have like the facade of the house, the front side of the house, and where the windows are, they are rounded, like it's straight. You have here a window, and there would be like a round part going out like this, and or it's straight. Anyway, they put just like a bench underneath that place, and so you can sit there and look out of the window. And I was always like, I love that kind of housing. I find this is so typically American, and it's so beautiful. And well, there are a few houses in one of these streets that actually have that. And I was like, when I grew up, I was like, oh my God, I want that for my house later on. And so I knew that in that street there were a few houses that had this kind of building. And I was like, oh, if I have the chance, I really want that. And if it's not there yet, I want to put a bench underneath that place. And then I see myself sitting on that bench, looking outside, and reading or just working on my PC for work or stuff. So that's really was something that I wanted to do and that I wanted to get. So yeah, in the end, my house actually got that. And I was so happy when I saw that, because it's like the windows are so big, you have this round place, and it just makes everything shine more brighter, because like it's a big opening, it's a big space. These windows take in all sunlight, and yeah, you have to see it from the inside. It's really pretty. So that's was another criteria I had in mind. So first, being close to the forest in one of these streets, basically, and then also have, if possible, like this rounded window where I could put a bench in. Another great criteria for me was like to have like a garden, because this was post-corona, and I know that many people struggled because they lived in apartments where they did not have any garden, so they were stuck inside their places with all of the family members for I don't know how long. And it was just horrible. You could not go out, you had to stay inside. I just remember this as a very isolating and at the same time difficult period for a lot of people, because they had to stay home. They could not go out, and they did not have a place where they could go just take in the air and stuff. So I had the chance. I was living with my mom, and we do have a big garden here, and so for me this was always a criteria. If I buy a house, I want to have my garden. This was also a reason why I did not want to buy an apartment, for instance, because then you have like to kind of share it with other people, or you can't just plant whatever you want, you can't just do whatever you want. And if you live like in a house, it's yours, and whatever you want to do with your garden, whatever you want to put in your garden, if this is I don't know, if it's a huge bench, if it's a huge tree, you do whatever you want. It's your garden. No one can say a thing, except the neighbors if you put it too close. But that's not, I missed some ends again. But that's not what I want to do. So I was lucky about that. I always said I want to have a big garden. And in my house, there's actually, it's not a big garden. I wanted just a garden. And it's a garden. It's not as big as I have it here. It's still big, but not as big. For what I want to do, it's perfect. So I go out and I have like my, what we call terrace. So it's like a balcony where it's like you have wooden floors where you can put your table or whatever it is you want. You put it there and you can sit there. And then we have like, then I have my garden. And I had a little garden home, like you noticed in my videos. I talked about it because I want to renovate it. And I also have like this big plant. I don't know, is it willow? You know, like if you saw Pocahontas, it's a big tree with like weeping willow, I think it's called. Yeah, it's a weeping willow. So that's what I have. I have a huge weeping willow, and it's super pretty because it has like these. Usually, if you have weeping willows next to rivers and stuff, they have like their long branches that are hanging in the water. And here I have also these long branches. They are not hanging in the water because I don't have a river, of course, but they are curled. So these are curly branches and they look so pretty. So when I came there, it was a mass. The thing was so huge. And first thing I did when I went there or when I got to home is I asked someone to come and cut it because it was getting close to winter, and they told me it's best to cut it and so it can grow out again next year. And then I have to cut it every 2 years. And I tried doing it by myself, and it took so much time to just cut it because the branches are just, they are growing and they grow super quickly. I would say it's like poison ivy, like, or whatever. She can make plants and stuff grow and stuff, and here it's the same thing. Like the thing just grows and grows and grows. You cut it off, next day it's back again. No, it's not that quickly, but you see it's super quickly. The thing grows like crazy. And so I have like this weeping willow, and it's super pretty. When I saw it, I fell in love. Like the garden, the window, everything. Like it's just so beautiful. And I was happy because I was like, oh my god, it's so beautiful. It's exactly what I want. And yeah, so I was happy about that. And the last thing I really wanted was to just have like being close to forest and stuff, okay? And I wanted to have a place for my car. So I have to say place for my car. This means that actually I preference would have been a garage, of course. I mean, who does not want one? But I know that winters are not that bad here. So even if I did not get one, but I have my private parking space, I would be fine. And the house came actually with 2 private parkings. I don't have a garage, but I can just put my car right in front of my house, and there's also place for visitors, so I was more than happy with that. In the winter I tried it. I survived 1 winter now, and it was not that bad. I was afraid at first because I was saying, oh no, what if winter gets too bad and my car does not want to start and stuff. So I have bought an extra thingy to put over the car just in case there's too much snow. But luckily we did not get that much snow, I think, last year. So everything was fine, and I think I can manage it. I can live with that. I was really spoiled at my mom's place because like she had like this garage for 2 cars and stuff, and so I could put mine in and she got hers in and stuff, but I don't mind. Like, it's okay, it's fine. So that was one thing as well that I was looking for, and when I got it I remembered clearly. So it has been a year, a little bit over a year. It was June, I think, June 21, and I remember that I was at a big lake. Just sitting there and enjoying my summer break when I got a call from like the guy who was selling it. Oh yeah, I wanted to explain this to you as well. So the guy was selling it and he called me and he was like, yeah, if you're still interested in stuff, you can just come by. And yeah, in the end I was lucky to get it, and I was so happy. I'm still so happy with the tome. It's exactly what I want. I did not get a chance yet to get my bench, but that's still a project that is really inside my head. I want to get that bench eventually. It's just like, I think it's super hard to find a creator or like a wood maker that can really make you this. I asked one company or one person to do it, but they were like super unprofessional, and so they actually, fun story, so I asked them to come by. They came by. I had to call them back multiple times just to ask them when or if they would come back, so they were not super motivated about it. Then they came, people came. The first one told me, I explained my project and stuff, and he was like, yeah, we can definitely do it. And the other one was like, what? No, we can't do that and stuff. And he was like, it's going to be super complicated, you have to do this, you have that. And I mean, I saw people who did it by themselves, so it's not super complicated. And of course I have like my the thingy that's heating up my heating thingy there, and they were like, my radiator is there, and they were like, yeah, it's difficult, you have to see what wood you use and stuff. And the other one, but that's no problem, we can do it, I have an idea and stuff. And he was explaining me stuff, and the other one did not like that, because I don't know for what reason he did not like that. And then he was like, the one that thought that it was not that possible, he was like, yeah, why would you want to sit there anyway? And I was like, yeah, so when I work or whatever, or when I read, I can look outside. And first of all, why do I have to explain myself? And then he went, and this is like the part that makes me laugh even now. He was like, yeah, is it to stalk people, like the old ladies that are behind their windows and they watch outside? And I was just so shocked. I was looking at him and I was like, dude, even if it's for stalking, I mean, you don't tell your customer or probable customer that. Super savage, actually. I did not like his remark at all, and I think he saw that on my face, probably, because I don't hide my emotions that well. And the other one did not say anything. He just looked at his colleague and he was like, dude, as well. And then they told me they would send me an offer, and they just laughed and stuff after, yeah, well, anyway, so they laughed. And you know, the offer, this was in, I think it was in October last year. I mean, they told me it would take some time, but I mean, it has still not arrived, so I don't know if this means some time or if it will ever arrive. I don't know. I just told myself this is not very good for their own company. This is not the best way to get customers. So I decided not to ask them for anything. I did not ask about this offer. I did not call them or anything. I just decided to not work with them and go look for another company or society, whatever it is, to make my bench. And until now, I did not have the time to do that yet. But it's definitely a project that it has not been forgotten and that I want to get done eventually. So, yeah. What I wanted to explain to you is how this works here in Luxembourg if you want to actually buy a house. So you have two ways to do it. You can either buy it through an agency. So like there are different agencies who buy houses and then sell them, maybe renovate them if they can make even bigger profit out of it, or they just sell them. That's one way. But if you use like an agency to do that, you have to pay them a commission. So for instance, I don't know how much of percentage it is, if it's 3% of the house or anything. So you have to pay commission. A certain amount of percentage of the price of the house you buy, you will go to them. Because because they actually make you find a house. So that's the one way to do it. Some people prefer this way because they say it's safer. If there's a problem, you can just put them to trial. It's much easier than if you use the second method, which is go private. And so find a private person who wants to sell the house without some agency to interfere. And you have to look with them, you have to trust them, you have to actually be sure that they are not lying to you. Then again, in the contract, actually, if they have been lying to you about something big, you can still put them to trial, but it's much harder. So there are many people who don't want to do it. Mostly young people actually want to do it because they can save some money. I don't know if you know, but in Luxembourg, the prices of houses are horrendous. And for the younger generation, it's nearly impossible to get a house, actually, because everything is so over the top. It's just not possible. And yeah, so I was really lucky, and I know that I was lucky to get a house and to buy it by myself. So it was really, I know that a lot of people are not as lucky. So yeah, this is the second option. This was the option I opted for because going through agencies is really complex, and I heard that there's actually the region or the area where I was looking for is, like I told you, it's a very safe area. So there are many people who are interested in it, especially families and people who want to have families later and stuff, elderly people. Well, they usually live there already, so there are a lot of people who want that place, to live in that place. And so there's a high demand for it, but little offer actually. So what they will do, the agencies often, is that they have people they know that are looking for a place in that area, and they will make them come all. They will visit the home. They will sit down on a place, all together, and they will make their offer, their basic offer, what the price of the house actually is. And then they will let them bid one against each other, and the one who bids the most, who wants to give the most for the house, will get the house. And I think this is just so disgusting, because you know how many people are really looking for houses here. There are so many people who already can't afford much, and then they do this. And I think this is just horrible to play with people like that, and just to make the biggest profit out of it. Why not just sell it at the price that is correct, and to the first one that wants it, and then for the rest, it's fine. No, they want to make the biggest profit they can, and that's something I find just horrible. I don't even have words for that. So I did not want to go through that. I did not want to buy from an agency and make them even richer than they already are. So no thank you. I pass on that. So I decided to go private and to buy the house privately, and I was really lucky to get that one, and to get everything actually I wanted with it. So the house is really perfect for what it is, and I'm super glad I had the chance to get it. But I waited for quite a time because I did not find it, and at some point I was like, oh, I'm so sad. I'm looking for a house, I can't find any, or even if I find them, there was always something wrong with the houses. For the prices they sold them, it was just ridiculous, because I know that we went to see a house, and they told me, it was some agency that told me, yeah, you have to go look at it, it's a great thing and stuff. And before they said, yeah, let's fix something, I want to visit it, I just went there to take a look at it. And the thing is, you saw from the outside already that there was problems with the how do you say it, when it rained, everything seemed to look so wet and stuff. So there were problems, the house had problems, and they did not tell you that. And for the price they were asking again, it was just ridiculous. And when I told them, yeah, everything seems to be moist, and so if you take a look at the neighbor house, you see it as well. And he was like, oh, you think so? I did not see that. And I was like, dude, come on. You're just trying to sell that house, and you think we are dumb? I don't know. They often think that clients are dumb, and that's also something I really don't like about that. So yeah, I got lucky. I'm happy about that. I think I really like my house. And I talked enough about that, I think, for today. So what else can I talk to you about? That's a good question. I did not have prepared like yesterday little sheet like the day before yesterday, a little sheet with the topics I could talk to you about. So it's going to be a little bit rambling about like randomly, I guess. Let me get another sip of my tea. I really have not started yet preparing anything for work. I should probably start soon. We're already the 4th of the month. But I just can't put myself together to do it yet. I feel like I want these holidays to go on and never stop. But I have to, I guess. So I think that today, after being done with like this part here, I will probably just start working a little bit, just see the classes I have again, download or print like the programs and get to go through them just to see if there are any changes. I have everything prepared normally for these classes, like I know more or less what I want to do with them throughout the year, so that's nice. But there might be choice changes, so I have to take a look at that just to be sure. And yeah, that should be something I should fix myself to do later this day. So that's done, and I will be a little bit calm about that. I always have that, like whenever it's time to go back to work after holiday or so, and even the holiday is not done yet, I just feel like this stress appearing, and I have that currently, and I try so bad to just push that everything back in the backside of my head and not to think about it as much, but somehow it just pops up again. And that's also always like that when I have something to do. And I think this goes back to when you remember I told you that when I was a kid, I always had to go, they always told me, you do first your homework and after that you have time for fun and stuff. And I think this goes back to that because I always have this pressure in my head and it just does not want to leave, and it won't leave until I've done whatever I have to do. So first do the whatever you have to do for work, and then you have the fun. And I think this stayed in my mind, and sometimes it's really annoying me because I wish I did not have like this stress inside my head until I'm done with everything. And yeah, they always say to your kids, just maybe don't do it, maybe don't tell them always finish your homework first and then you can go play. Just don't do it, maybe. I don't know if I'm the only one who turned out that way due to that, I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know if I would tell my kids. I think I would. What would I tell my kids if I had some? I don't want some, but what would I tell them? I think I would tell them to, I don't know, it depends on the day, I guess. And even today it's different. Kids don't get as many homeworks, I feel like we got. So we got them daily back then. I still remember that. We got daily homeworks. And nowadays I feel like kids don't even get homeworks at all. Well, we were told that in my first school where I worked, like my second school actually where I worked, during my stage, where they told me that, my apprenticeship, they told me that if you have the class the next day, you can't give them homework for that next day. You always have like, there has to be like a day between, so that they can actually do it. Don't give it them for the next day, they won't do it anyway. So nice, thank you. So the problem is that you have to plan everything then, or just, that's what I tend to do as well when I plan my week. For example, I just plan the whole week at least. So I have a bigger plan. I don't know if you know how it works for school, high school at least. So I have a big year plan where I put down like the key moments when I have to finish with a big chapter, or the moment where I want to have finished the lecture and stuff. So I put that down in a big calendar, and this is the preparation I will have to do. I have to take a look at how many class papers we have to do. I fix the dates in advance and stuff, and I communicate this to the kids at the beginning of the year. So they have that, not a chapter thingy, but at least when the class papers will be. So this is the first part of the preparation. Second part will be that I actually, how do you call that? I just actually do it week by week afterwards. Just I have like my program fixed for when the chapter will be done, and then weekly I just fix myself how I will, what pages I will do, what exercises I will do. And then because we can't give homeworks for the day afterwards, I will just fix it the way that I give them, for example, homework on Monday for Friday, stuff like that. If it's vocabulary or if it's stuff like that. But like exercises directly linked to what we will see, I can't give them because it's not possible. If I see them the next day, I can't give them the homework. So I should not. And I know that already. If I give them homework on Monday for Friday, if they do it, they often don't do it because I don't know why they don't do it. Actually, I feel like this is a problem we have recently. I noticed it. They are no longer motivated because, like, I don't know if it's in the countries or other countries as well, but I feel like parents often have to work both to just make sure that everyone can live a more or less decent way. So both parents have to go to work. And I feel like this actually brings with it that parents don't have spend less time with them. Kids often go to some structures after institutions after school, or they go home and there's no one. So you have these two types. And anyway, in both ways, there's no one who really cares or who controls what they do. And so they don't do it because they can do whatever they want to do. So if they choose to just play on the PlayStation the whole day, that's what they will do. If they just, I don't know, if it's just here this way in school, or sometimes this is really bothering me because I know that when I talk to them, I feel like they don't really have hobbies anymore. The only hobby they have is scrolling through TikTok, and this makes me really sad because that's not a hobby actually. That's not something you will, I don't know, it does not make you go outside or stuff. And last year there was a point where I was super annoyed because I felt like the kids, if they once get to work, what will they do? Because they are not used to do anything. Like here in Luxembourg, in my school, and in this kind of school I work, it's public school, and it's we have classic, which would be for kids that want to do more, go to university later. Then we have the technique. This is where I work at the moment. So there are students who can actually also go to university, but they have to do complementary work later because I feel like it's not the same studies. Excuse me if I say that, but it's not the same exactly. So they have we have that, and we also have professional. They are going to work with, going to do a job where they don't have to go to university for. So that's mainly what we have, and I feel like the problem with is the system, because in my kind of type of school, well, they can't fail anymore. They have 3 years. They come from elementary school. They have first year, second year, and third year. First and second year, they just can't fail. When they arrive, they just can't fail. They can fail as many subjects as they want. They can have very, very bad class papers and very bad results. They won't fail. They just move on to the next year and everything will be there's nothing wrong. It's fine, they can go on. But no, they can't go on. Well, they missed so much. I mean, how? Why would you even do that? I mean, that does not make sense, right? So, but hey, they go on, and that's that. They just continue, and they feel like they don't do anything because they know that they can't fail, and that's the problem. I feel like they come to school, they don't do their homework, they don't do anything, and they know that there's no problem with that because they can't fail. It's the third year, that they can fail at the end of the third year. Problem is, until then, they are not used to studying. They have been used 2 years to do nothing at all, so they will do nothing at all. So they will continue doing that, and in the end they will fail their year, or they will just go on and have like big problems in different subjects because they never studied it, and they just missed some parts, for example, of it, or whatever. And that's make me sad because I feel like this could be avoided if only there was a little bit more pressure on them. We are not allowed to give them any pressure, so no homeworks, no nothing. But I feel like we had that, and I feel like it did not kill me. It was not that bad. Then again, like I told you, I had like no problems remembering stuff, so maybe this did help me, I don't know. But I feel like today is not the best way to handle the situation, given that students don't want to study anymore and stuff. So maybe they should reconsider that as well. I don't know, it's just my opinion, it's just my point of view. I don't know. I don't know if it's the same thing in other places, like in other parts of the world. I don't know if this is just a tendency here in Luxembourg, or if it's just really everywhere where you can see this situation. And I feel for the future, but because they already have it, they have a difficult future. I don't know if they're aware of that, but it won't be easy. And I feel like it won't get easier in the future. So anyway, just my opinion. I feel like I rambled about so much. And I ran out of topics, so I don't know what to talk to you about. But hey, at least I don't get the background noise, except for my dog who is snoring. I don't know if you can hear him, but he's having the time of his life again, snoring and stuff. Very cute. When I go home, I'll be working a little bit on, I will just print out my programs. That's the first thing I will do. And then I will go on and I will just, I want to work a little bit on my heaven and earth design. You know, I did this project where I was actually converting a painting from Cherryuki into pixel stitch. And I ordered like the diamonds from Evermoment over on AliExpress. I got my blank canvas and I started that project, and I finished off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I finished off 6 or 5 pages, I don't know. And I know that I have to finish 1 page yet. I arrived yesterday at the end of 1 page. I have to finish 1 more page, and I'll be able to work on her face and her hair and stuff, and I will be so happy once that's done. So I finally can see a bit the fun part of it, because until now I've done sky and I've worked on the balloons that are floating in the air. It's very pretty. I really enjoy doing heaven and earth design. It's a bit more like a mystery painting, and it's something that I really enjoy doing because you see the painting appear actually on the canvas. And I don't know if that's something you're interested in. Actually, I was hesitant to do this, to work on my heaven and earth a section a day and to show you this on camera, or to work on this project here. The thing is, I actually thought that my heaven and earth design would take me longer. Like, I thought, don't do this on camera because like you have to film like for 2 hours or 1 hour 30, and I feel like this one here, even though it's rounds, also takes me super long. I mean, the last video took 80 minutes, so nearly 1 hour and a half as well. I could actually have done that. I could actually have worked on my Heaven and Earth design project on camera as well. I think like 1 section a day. But then again, I don't mind. I really like this picture here as well. I hope you like it as well. We have today like more of a, I don't know what it is, if it's a cauldron or what it is. I think it is. So you have like darker colors I'm working on mainly. I hope you can see. I hope you can see. I don't know, my camera just went to stopped there for a second. I hope that it went on filming. I don't know. If it did not, I'm sorry. I have to see later on where it stopped, if it stopped. I just said that I'm working on the cauldron and that the colors are a bit darker here in this part. So that's that. And yeah, I don't know if you are interested in Heaven and Earth design as well, so that I could share the project a little bit more on my channel with you. If that's something that you're interested in. I also want to do like a framing video, like where I really want to frame pictures myself and how I show you how to. But for that, I still have to inform myself a little bit more on how to do it. Like, I think that it could be easy if I do an easier one. For like you get some reliefs and stuff, I think that is super difficult. So I don't know about that. But for more normal and easy ones, I think I could do that. I just need to inform myself a little bit more about that. And then I will get back to you with videos. So first of all, let me finish this part here. It takes me some time. I think I will do a little pause because I start getting hungry. Get something to eat, grab something. Also have to do my laundry. I have to put that up. I just finished like the eggs here. And then I will be back. I have to charge my phone as well a little bit because that's why it stopped working for an instant. I don't have as much of a battery anymore. So we will see. But I got most of the picture done, I guess. I hope that the last part will go quicker because I feel like the colors are so dark. It's the cauldron, it's normal. It's normal. So, just doing a little bit speedy, tricky multi-placing here. Just get along quicker. There are so many people also interested in the shops where I buy on AliExpress. So I have not forgotten you. I will do this video. It will go up this week. I will just finish this part here, and I think I will finish this week, and then next week I'll do a video about that as well. You can find it in my story, on my chat, okay. I'm gonna do a pause. You will find it on my YouTube channel next week. So I'll pause the video now. You can continue working on. I'll be back in a second for you, but I will have to eat something. I'm so hungry. So I'm back, and I will do the last part of it. I try to finish this now with you together. So I worked just a little bit on it while waiting for my dinner to cook. So I just finished off the U section. This is here and a little bit there. I did not get that on camera though, but I mean it was just small sections. I guess not that bad. So let's finish this up. We have to go through the V's. So this is the next one. So I just checked on the original painting what part this would be. And this is actually part, like I told you, of the cauldron. And here on the left side you have the rolling, what's down, it's scrolling down, running down is something that's inside the cauldron. So it's like the bath water or something that is running down. That's the purple part. And that should be what we are seeing in this part here. So yeah, that explains why most of it is actually darker. And where this purple is coming from as well. Do you actually guys like multi-placing, or is this something that you don't use? Like, I know there are people who really love multi-placing and other people are just like single placing because they feel like it's cheating, or they just are not used to it. So there are different reasons why one can only want to do single placing. I really enjoy doing single placing with the square ones because I feel like this makes them go straighter and you can actually see the difference. With the round ones, I feel like you see the difference less. So I usually tend, if I do multi-placing, I tend to do that with like the round ones, because you get like, if you do it with the square ones, you get like these weird lines. I do it sometimes. I'm not saying that I do it never with the square ones, but usually I tend not to do it, or I try not to do it as much with the square ones. Sometimes I do it. But like I said, usually with the round ones. Because if you see, you don't get like this, what have I done? You don't get like this weird spacing or these weird lines if you place them, if you single place the diamonds, the squares especially. Otherwise you will have always lines where you see where you place down the multi-placer, which ones were placed, and that's something you don't see it from afar, but if you look at it close up, you will notice it. I don't know if the other ones will notice it, but you will definitely notice it. And if you are like a little bit perfectionist, I think this could actually cause you to stop multi-placing eventually even. So I don't know. There are different reasons why people don't use them, so everyone should do like they want to do, I guess. I enjoy both, depends on different circumstances. So here I think I will do a good chunk. I did a good chunk of it. So I compared the painting again to the Diamond Artwork one. Diamond Art Club one, sorry. And I feel like there's a huge difference because, like I told you, given the rendering, this here is like a programmed charted one, while there's this hand charted, so this will be a huge difference. But we will see. I just took a look at their Diamond Art Club site, and I think I saw it still there. Maybe I will get it just to do it next month if it arrives and do a comparison video about it. I'm not sure yet. We'll see, but that's one idea I have in mind. So I would like to see the difference actually, because I feel like it's going to be a huge difference nevertheless. Like I told you, this is not a seller I usually buy on from AliExpress, so I don't even have it listed in my favorite shops, so I cannot tell you if the rendering is as good as with the other ones. What I noticed so far is that we have a lot of confetti that is not as useful. Sure. The rendering of her skin, I'm still curious about that. It's not as bad as I first thought though. We will see. We will see, I guess. It's fun doing round one from time to time. It's fun also. I have a lot of Diamond Art Club ones, and I still got these kits I bought on AliExpress a while ago, so I think I need to do them. And so I thought this could be an occasion. Why not just do it now? Also for the witches and stuff, so it will be done for Halloween. And yeah, I think I will be happy to. I think it's a good mixture. If you do like these quality diamond paintings from Diamond Art Club, and then you switch back to like the canvases from AliExpress, you get a good mixture between the two, and you can actually see the difference and enjoy even more when you work on a quality kit again. That's how I like to do it. I like to just switch between the two, I guess. But if you take a look at my stash, for example, I have a lot more Diamond Art Club ones than I do have like from AliExpress, for example. So I try, like I told you guys, I try if I can. Sometimes I see paintings that have not been rendered yet by a big company, and I would love to do this, so I get them. And sometimes it's also just a question of the pricing, I think. Like I told you guys, it's a bit, let's mix things up, makes it happy as well. So we have the G, next one. So we're nearly done with the cauldron, and we get to a lighter section again. So just put down this G. So you can also tell me in the comments down below if there's like, what's your work you're actually working on? Are you working on a canvas? Are you just working on something specific, or are you doing maybe some other crafting? I don't know. There are also crafters who do, for example, cross stitch, or what is it you are doing? Is there a project you have been going on like lately, or is there anything that you want to do, work on, or just let me know in the comments. So we are done with the cauldron. Here we have a bit of the lighter parts to go to. So there's a little bit more confetti, like fewer drills to put down. I start with the Q. I think it's really a pink painting, this one here. Like I feel like there's so many pink in it, so many different shades of pink. Oh, I missed another Q again. I always hate when this happens, when I just don't see it, and then in the end there's still one left and I have not seen it. I just start with the 7, the number I have most of, I guess. Makes it easier not to overlook things. So I did not say, but today's pen is actually from Diamond Art Club. I bought it there, and I did not have another steel tip to put in, but I really want to put more steel tips in because I feel like I prefer working with steel tips. Like they don't break off as much. I already had a few that did break off. I don't know if I pushed too hard. That's a possibility, of course. Or I don't know, but the last one I bought a steel tip from Diamond Art Club, and I put it into one of their painting like pens, and I thought that it did not fit perfectly, so I had to really push it in, and I was careful at the same time, but I was pushing because I felt like it did not really enter and it did not fit perfectly. So they also say that they are not responsible on their side if it does not fit into the pen, which I feel is so weird though, because like the pen was one of theirs. So I don't know if they switched sizes or they have like it fits only perfectly on the newer pens. I don't know, I have not tried it. I have not ordered another pen from them yet because I feel like you got the same ones on, exactly the same ones, like not just kind of the same ones, but really the same ones on AliExpress for less expensive. So I don't know, but maybe I have not bought any of these. So the ones that I have are amazing. So I really like the ones that I have from Diamond Art Club. So Maybe I should get another one. Maybe we'll see. So we're nearly done with today's part. Only a few diamonds left to place. And we will take a look at the whole canvas, what we've done so far. Which is a little part of it. So I'm actually moving on with a lot of speed through this picture, I feel. Like I get done a big chunk every day, so that's nice. And it takes me longer than I first thought it would take also. A little bit of orange color to change from the orange, from the pink. I'm so tired. Okay, last drill for today. I'm putting it down and we're done for today. So I'm gonna put everything away. Then I'm gonna zoom out for you guys and I'll show you what we've done so far. So I have to take care of this because it's just not, like I told you, my usual setup, and I use like a pot thingy, and I'll just take it in my hand and I'll zoom it out for you guys today because otherwise it won't work. So this is what we've done so far. This is the picture we've done, and this is the part we did today. So you see it's the cauldron where she's sitting in. I'm going to give you a little bit more of a close up. You can see here. It's a little bit pixelated, but that's okay, I guess. If you take a look from far away, it still does look nice. Tell me in the comments down below what you think of this picture so far and what is your project you're currently working on. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you like it, please consider giving it a thumbs up or even subscribing if you're not subscribed yet, because this helps my channel grow and it makes me really happy as well. So thank you for all your support and all the comments and everything you leave. In the meantime, I hope you stay healthy, I hope you stay hydrated, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye guys!